Access Radio, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Access Radio, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Jamel, celebrity vocal coach right here, and I am a part of Give It Life.
And ratchet,
and bringing real extra ratchet, raunchy.
That'll be everywhere, like.
Other shop is upstairs, but we down here by our house, man. We leave that up to read.
You gon' wonder how we still here, still on top. We used to build here, top 5 punching the clock. Running the field here, feels good coming around. After they hated, but now we run the town till we stuck in a wheelchair. We all share visions of hope and tell stories with dreams. We get the mixing like we giving you dope. And now we in position weekly, all access, extremities, ENT playing on our axis. Politics, top 40, building community from the X, applying that pressure, promoting unity, royalty, education, love and support, dope music, enough to feed souls, food for thought. This type of loyalty cannot be brought from a city where being real just cannot be taught. Listen in and you just might learn with Mr. You already know. Welcome to the return.
Welcome to the X-Tremitiez ENT podcast on our Access Radio with your host, DAVON Franklin. Welcome to the X-Tremitiez ENT talk show on our Access Radio with your host, Jose Rivera, and DAVON Franklin, JAIME Sanders. We're coming to you live on worldwide on your Roku, Fire Stick, Instagram, Twitter. That's right. Just go on 365 Live, Apple TV, Fire Stick. We are worldwide. Just tune in right now to iAccess Radio on Mixcloud, William, and just go into anything that has the capability of having technology via phone, television, laptop, anything that you could just type in iAccessradio.com will come up because there's no limit to what we can do. What's going on, DAVON?
Man, man, enjoying this China man right here, man. I'm famished. How you, my bro?
Okay, and doing better now that I'm on the show with you, James, Big Al. Sharing ideas and providing the world with some knowledge. And
yes, sir.
Times turbulence, so we're able to have the opportunity to do great things and turn things like a back. You know, like I was saying to a coworker, it just kept coming at me with so much negativity. I was like, listen, man, something to deal with, and our past. You know, all of us go through this because even my supervisor was telling me, yo, there's shit going on here, and we got to fix it. Government's going to. So, you know, everybody's going through a lot. And I want to give a shout out to every person right now. That's what it's all about. It's all about united in a sort of way, right?
Right.
They're going to throw trips and traps everywhere, so that when trip fall into his trap, right? But knowing how to be Houdini, because, you know, it's a trap. It's when you stay stuck in a trap. You know what I mean? Because life,
Yes, sir.
but play it a certain way that makes you think that it's achievable. And to speak more about it, I'm going to pass it over to our brother, Jamie, who always has a great segment of health as well. How are you, brother Jamie?
I'm doing fabulous, man. I'm doing fabulous, man. Just enjoying this beautiful weather. You know, I'm not outside like you, man, but you see I got my little greenery in back of me, but you know, I'm trying to get as closely connected to nature as possible.
I know
You
that's
know, but
right.
everything's in divine order. Yeah. You know, everything's in divine order, man. Everything is good. You know, just came on to share some jewels with the family. You know, unfortunately, I was out last week. You know, I'm going through some classes, but you know, I'm here. You know, I'm here. You know, I'm here with you. But we're gonna jump into the segment. As always, the information provided is for informational purposes only. You know, of course, we're not medical professionals, so you know, please listen and adhere to the information based on your own discretion. Again, we are not medical professionals, but we're here to drop some jewels that I'm pretty sure are going to be very helpful to you along your health journey.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
we're going to have a conversation about something that's very important to a lot of us men, as well as the ladies. You know, what we're going to talk about today is erectile dysfunction, and yeah.
Oh.
What we're going to talk about today is erectile dysfunction.
Okay. Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. You know, it's something that plays, you know, a lot of men, you know, I mean, you know, when it relates to their sexual drive, their testosterone levels, you know, and a lot of times, you know, as men, you know, that's associated with your self-esteem and your confidence. So it's very important that, you know, we as men are able to perform, you know, not just, you know, sexually, but also, you know, when it relates to testosterone, it impacts also our vitality when it relates to our strength, you know what I'm saying, our muscle formation, you know, our mental process and clarity. So, and basically, you know, testosterone is a steroid hormone that plays it's a steroid hormone that plays a key role in bone, muscle health, and sex drive. So, you know, and also our testosterone levels helps us offset depression, low energy, and unhealthy weight gain. So it's very important to pay attention to our testosterone levels to make sure that we have a nice balance. And, you know, of course, a lot of it is tied to our habits, our diet. If we realize that when we look at a lot of the food labels, a lot of the labels say that, you know, they have soya in this and soya in that, which is something that causes estrogen. So we have to be very cautious of what we're taking into our bodies, you know, because this estrogen is definitely affecting our libido. It's it's a conflict with our testosterone. So, you know, and this is mostly in processed foods. So, you know, you definitely want to just really be on point when it relates to, you know, consuming processed foods and making sure that you stay away from this stuff as much as possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jamie.
Can you guys see me? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, you know, first of all, if we're going to start off with some foods that can be helpful in building up your testosterone levels, you know, one being fatty fish, right? You know, fatty fish, you know, and as some examples, we have salmon, sardines, tuna, and mackerel. Excuse me. And basically, these fatty fish are high in certain minerals and vitamins like zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, and then the omega-3s, which are the healthy fats, you know, that we need in our system. So it's very important to, consume as much of these, fatty fish foods as we can. We want to stay away from like the heavy meats, like the beefs, a lot of things like even chicken and turkey, because they're using steroids and they're using all type of hormones that they're injecting into these animals, to to increase production. So we want to definitely be mindful of our flesh consumption, and if we're going to be consuming animal flesh, we should try to stick to the fish family. It would definitely do a lot better on our body. The next item, which is also another item that comes from the sea or the waters, which is shellfish, like oysters and clams, and these particular shellfish.
A lot of people are allergic to shellfish, right?
Right. So a lot of people are allergic to shellfish. This is why, like, when you go into a lot of health stores, they have products that have the properties, that can provide you the zinc and the selenium and a vitamin D that you would be normally getting from these shellfish, and they have it in a form that's specifically designed for people that have these allergies, so that you can get the benefits without the allergic reactions. But again, these particular shellfish, for those that are not allergic, they're it's a good idea to include these in your diet. If you're not, if you are allergic to these things, you might want to supplement your omega. Again, these are high in omega-3s, proteins, zinc, vitamin D, and selenium. So those are the key properties that are bringing a benefit. And then just to throw in as an additional note, when it relates to vitamin D, like Brother Jose is out in the sun, and that's one of our main sources of vitamin D, which a lot of people overlook or neglect. A lot of people spend a lot of time inside, and I always tell people, you got to get outside, you got to get that sun, because nature is our friend. So we want to get out there, we want to get in nature, so that way we can absorb as much as the benefit as possible. But of course, like Brother Jose just brought up, we want to stay away from, if you're allergic, of course you're not going to consume these shellfish, but again, the selenium, the zinc, the vitamin D, the healthy proteins, and then also the omega-3s are the key nutrients or key elements that you really want to be looking for. So you can get these in supplement form, and like I said, they actually have these nutrients derived from shellfish, but through a scientific process, they remove the allergens basically, so that way you can take these vitamins without an allergic reaction. All right. The next item we're going to go into is berries, such as cherries and pomegranates, which are rich in flavonoids and antioxidants, and these are, things that will, really help you develop healthy cell structures. You keep your cells nice and healthy, because, those are the building blocks of our blood, so we want to, keep ourselves, neutralized, and, make sure we're getting our berries, our dark berries, blackberries, things like that. Blueberries are also good to consume. Good to consume. So we want to make sure that we're getting, things, from the berry family into our diet, and these is, and you can even like, strawberries and things like that, because all of these berries are going to add additional benefit. Cranberries, also they're good with, good for really cleaning out the system and things like that. So, you definitely want to get your intake of berries on a regular basis, so that way it can help support healthy cell structure and just help your body reinforce itself. Presence everywhere. Okay. What's going on, Mr. Green? How you doing, brother?
Yes, sir.
And then the next item we want to target is our dark leafy greens, And you can take, everybody has a different preference of what type of greens they like. Some people like kale, some people like spinach, some people like mustard greens, and some people like dandelion greens. But the key thing is, just to kind of diversify and consume and add as much of these greens into your diet as possible, in whatever form that you can get it in there, whatever your preference is. But these dark leafy greens are, first of all, of course, they're high in fiber, so that keeps your system regular. But they're also high in micronutrients, which, again, helps feed the cells, keeps your blood healthy, keeps yourself neutralized. And then also, leafy greens are high in magnesium, which is reduces stress and oxidation, in the bloodstream, so like again, magnesium, I take a magnesium supplement, because I like to have extra magnesium because it also helps reduce stress and it helps you rest a little bit better. I was suffering from some anxiety, so and somebody recommended that I add magnesium into my diet to help me rest because I was having restless nights, waking up during throughout the course of the night. So magnesium is definitely something that you want to add into your diet. And again, one of the key things that you want to stay away from is processed foods that contain soy, because like I said, if you look on pretty much every package, even teas, like you look at green tea, and the green tea will say soy, it has a soy additive. So, and I tell people it's the science behind them adding soy. They're attacking our health. So we want to definitely be vigilant, avoid as much of this stuff as possible. There are green teas that don't contain soy, but you want to stay away from soy products as men. They like I said, they're very high in estrogen. So you want to definitely be, very cautious when it relates to soy, because it will definitely decline your testosterone levels, and then other things like consuming large amounts of alcohol, again, processed foods like we mentioned already. Sugar is one of our biggest enemies. Carbs, particularly complex carbs. We want to stay away from the carbs, which convert into sugars in our bloodstream. And we want to keep our stress levels down. And I tell a lot of women that I have conversations with, they say, well, I'm having issues in the bedroom, and I have to explain to them, our bodies function different than women's bodies. Some things are the same, but a lot of things are different. Stress is a major factor when it relates to how we respond. Whether it be in the gym or in the bed. So we want to definitely, be in tune with the stress. For the ladies, that are listening, you want to keep your man in a good space. You know what I mean? Keep them in a good headspace, because it's gonna be beneficial to you both,
Right.
Right, and even just preparing a nice meal for your man, and different things that will help, like the bitter herbs and stuff like that, tonics. These things are beneficial to us, and like I expressed.
Go with gin.
What's that?
Would the tonic go with gin?
Well, on those special nights, you can sprinkle with a little gin, but not too much, because it may work in reverse. So, but you definitely want to make sure you stay, like I said, keep a cap on your stress levels. Pay attention to also your water intake. Making sure your body's irrigated. And certain things that you can add into your diet to help with your blood flow. Like there's certain things that I take, like these are just some things like ashwagandha. This is something that I take, ashwagandha, which it really helps with managing stress. Again, the stress levels are very important. you want to make sure that you regulating this, and when it relates to the the male, your circulation, and just touching on circulation, this is something else I take. It's another supplement. It's a blood flow optimizer. You know what I mean? Because again, our partner down there, what I'm saying, one of the key things is oxygen and blood flow. You know what I'm saying? So we want to make sure keeping that blood flow strong. And then we have right here we have a little bit of excuse me, we have a little bit of Haritaki, you know what I'm saying? And here you go. That if you can see that Haritaki capsules, you know what I'm saying? And that helps, really keep your system flowing, you know what I'm saying, when it relates to your digestion. And it's very important to be regular, you know what I'm saying, because when things start backing up into your system, it creates toxins. So regular digestion, you know what I'm saying, down on your foods is very important. So you want to make sure that you're taking something to help with that process. Probiotics is something else that's good to include, but these are actually herbs that you can take in addition to your probiotic regimens, that will help you out on a regular basis. And then we have mucuna extract. If you could see that mucuna extract, you know what I'm saying, and mucuna extract, it helps with of course your testosterone levels. It helps with healthy brain function. It helps, of course, against stress, your mood, energy, and libido. So let me just make sure you're getting that. The mucuna. We had the ashwagandha. We got here. This blood flow maximizer. Excuse me. Boom, boom. And it's a nice product that I get from HFL, and like I said, it really helps with blood flow, you know what I'm saying? And HFL, that's health, fitness, and longevity. So really great company. They have some great products, and then like I said, Haritaki, keep yourself, regular. Let me just give you a close up on that so you can get the names of these items, and like I said, all of these are good to include in your diet. And then alpha viral. Now, the alpha viral as well as the blood flow optimizer, these are both complexes. So they contain a variety of different herbs and different enzymes to help you collectively. They have a nice balance, and I recommend them because I've had good results. They work some wonders for me.
I can dig it.
So and then the regular things like like the turmeric and ginger, with the black pepper, these things help with circulation. It helps create a healthy flora within the body. It helps things balance out. And this is that's really the key. What I'm saying. When it relates to our healthy, our potency, what I'm saying, and whether it be just in our testosterone levels, however that's being applied, whether in the bedroom, outside the bedroom, it's important to, make sure that, we do a little exercise. Like there's an exercise, called Kegels, it's spelled Kegel, Kegel, and if you research the Kegel exercise, and basically what it does, it helps fortify your sexual muscles,
Yep.
and so you want to definitely look into that, and start practicing. This is something that you could do while you're sitting down and your normal everyday. You can no matter what you're doing, what I'm saying, this is an exercise that you can initially, you'll when you start doing the exercise, you'll have shorter durations where you do it in in cycles, and then you get to the point where you can you can hold the Kegel, you know what I'm saying? So that's really just really going to strengthen that sexual muscle.
A nut.
Okay.
I mean, and
Good
some
to
of it you
keep the
may have
game
heard
up.
of. And then, yeah, absolutely, no doubt. And then, just regular exercise, that's just going to help your overall testosterone levels, a lot of core exercises, leg exercises, even upper body, but, you just don't, when it relates to exercising, you don't want to over exercise. You want to do moderate exercises. You don't want to, get to the point where you're straining yourself. When you're talking about repetitions, you want to be able to do, 12, 15, sometimes 20 repetitions of whatever you're doing. Because the key thing is you're conditioning the muscles, and you want to condition all your muscles to work in sync with each other. So, just to have a overall exercise regimen, will be. What's that, Jose?
What about the elliptical? The elliptical works the whole body, right?
Yeah, well, the elliptical is a good exercise. Definitely helps with circulation. It definitely helps get the blood flowing. You know what I'm saying? Get a nice sweat. One of my nemesis is the Stairmaster. I go straight to the Stairmaster. Most people are scared of the Stairmaster, but you get on that Stairmaster, it's going to give you some incredible results. You're going to feel the overall strength in your lower areas. Of course, you're going to work up a good sweat. You know what I'm saying? Strengthen those legs, strengthen the buttocks areas. You
know how people say they work out for a half hour, but if a person is hour minutes, at least 5 days a week on their, is that good?
Well, you 5 days, anywhere between 4 to 5 days is good, but you want to make sure your rest days are back to back. You know what I'm saying? So, you want to do, 4 days straight of working out, or 5 days, some people, depending on, depending on the level that you really want to really build yourself out. But, whether it's 3 days or 2 days, you want to take those rest days back to back. You know what I'm saying? You want to do a lot of stretching. Stretching is something also that's going to help with your blood flow. Something I do is I'm into yoga, which is, excellent for the body. It just helps a lot of different systems. It helps, get your your vortexes or chakras, if you will, spinning on full cycle. You know what I mean? So, these are things that you want to engage in on a regular basis. But just to answer your question, with the elliptical, it's good depending on how much of it you're doing. You want to, do it in moderation, because you really want to diversify your workouts. You want to do a little bit of elliptical. You want to do a little bit of the bike. You know what I'm saying? And then also, like I said, the Stairmaster.
What is the advantage with the bike?
Some people like the treadmill. I'm sorry, what was that?
Say when they do the advantage of the bike, say that when they do the bike, there's a certain feeling within the thigh that goes to the groin area that has like a similar feeling to it. What is that about?
What up, Wiz?
Well, when you're on a bike, the key thing is you wanna the bike position is very important. Especially with men. I use the bike where the bike where you're seated and you're pretty much pedaling in front of you, as opposed to the bike where you're sitting straight up. Because you want to be careful, because anytime that you're sitting, you're cutting your circulation. So you want to be very careful of the bike. Again, everything in moderation. So a lot of times, you may get a little cramping. You know what I mean? Because it does hamper the blood flow a little bit. This is why I prefer to use the bike where, because when you're seated in that position and you're cycling slightly in front of you, there's not as much pressure on the lower legs and the thighs. This is why I tell people, like, if you work a job or position where it demands that you sit down a lot, you have to sit down, you have to stand up, you have to move around to keep your circulation going.
Right.
So a lot of times that it causes, if you're just doing excessive cycling, it can cause cramping, and then for men, because our testicles, you know what I mean, you want to be careful that you're not putting too much pressure, you know what I mean, and this is just real talk, this is just what it is, you know what I mean, and so we gotta definitely always listen to our body. When your body says it's too much, you know what I'm saying, this is when you gotta kind of, normally, I don't do any more than like about 10 minutes on the bike. Sometimes I just do it at a high resistance, so and this is one of the reasons a thing like the exercise like the elliptical or the Stairmaster is more preferable, because it works that the legs, the lower body, the buttocks, but it allows for better circulation. So the standing exercises are always better.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So if exercises, that means do everything else standing, which will have the ladies loving you when you be banging, because that's what it is.
Oh.
This we're talking about street going.
Well, you're taking it to another level, but you're absolutely correct. You know what I'm saying? And not only them, you'll be loving it too, because you're gonna be like, I'm Hercules. You're gonna be like, yo, I'm handling this.
Yes, sir. Hercules.
So, but like I said, the standing exercises are, definitely, and both of those exercises are also low impact exercises, unlike, the treadmill, which is a little bit of a higher impact exercise. It's a standing exercise, but it's a little bit of a higher impact because of the motion, but the way they design the treadmills is that it absorbs some of the impact, you know what I mean, which is a good thing. This is why I recommend that people, when they jog, you jog on the grass or unpaved terrains, you know what I mean, so that way it can absorb some of the shock. Got to definitely pay attention to those things, you know what I mean, because like I said, you don't want to go in there trying to lift 10,000 pounds and going crazy, and because just speaking to a lot of women, you see a lot of these Herculoid looking people, guys, what I'm saying, these guys got muscles on top of muscles, and they'll tell you that, listen, that's all for show, because it don't transfer to, what I'm saying, nothing else, so it's more aesthetics than anything else, but so you want to have a healthy balance, man, what I'm saying, even standing squats are good, but again, you want to go with nothing too heavy. I would always recommend, if you gonna do squats, if you can get into a machine that has the shoulder brace where you can stand and kind of brace the weight on your shoulder as opposed to across your neck, because it could cause pinched nerves and things like that. So definitely want to get into a squatting regimen, which what I'm saying, that kind of relieves the weight on your neck. What I'm saying, you want to take the load on your shoulders, so that way it's not potentially damaging your neck. And again, these standing exercises, when it relates to working on your legs, the more erect that you are, the better, because, like I said, you want to make sure you're targeting your leg muscles, your buttocks muscles. They have, you see a lot of people, they have the machine that you kind of, lay in, and you're on your back and you're pressing the weights up,
Right.
A lot of times, it's a decent exercise, but again, you don't want to go too heavy, and it doesn't, work your lower body at the same level that these other exercises work. you
So
know,
when
work your body, you know, your whole body.
with the shoulders, you know, it talks to the legs when they go up on the shoulders. Then when you go up and down the machine and you got legs on the shoulders, brush. And then when the men are erect,
This fucking
Yeah.
guy right here, man.
Yeah, you,
This guy.
you got some thoughts for us today, Jose. You know what I'm saying? but it all goes in sync, man. It all goes in sync, man. You know, strong shoulders, strong legs, strong abdomen. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you see a lot of guys. You know, they have a tendency to just work their upper bodies. But I tell guys, I said, you got to work that lower body. You know what I'm saying? You got to strengthen them legs.
Thrust,
you know what I'm
a lot
saying?
of
Get that
pelvic
blood
thrust.
circulating down there.
Funny, man.
What was that?
start doing a lot of deadlift.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, you know,
man.
just to sum it up, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, man, you know, you want to make sure that you're keeping your T levels, your testosterone levels up by consuming the right foods. You know, you want to stay away from anything that's going to be detrimental. You know, a lot of processed foods. You want to keep your circulation popping. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure your body's being oxygenated. All of these things are key with male performance, because for us, it's all about blood flow, oxygen, and and stress. You know what I'm saying? And again, ladies, you want to make sure that you keep your man loving you. You don't want to make him, get him in a point where he don't even want to be around you, because it's gonna impact the way he performs. You could trust that. Now, it may work in the opposite, or it may work in your favor. You may get him frustrated, you know what I'm saying? But that's more out of frustration and anger, you know what I'm saying? And that's a temporary thing. But if you want something more sustainable, if you want the longevity, you know what I'm saying, you want to share those good vibes, you want to get in sync with your partner, you know what I mean? And again, like I said, there's certain
make me want to love you, right?
Yeah, because everything is energy, man. Everything is energy, you know what I'm saying? So, we want to make sure that we vibing right with each other, So it's very important to make sure that we have this synergy going on, you know what I'm saying, that we're not stressing each other out, you know what I mean? Because, women, suffer from sexual dysfunction as well, you know what I'm saying? Right. And a lot of times, it's derived from, a lot of the similar things, so, ladies, you want to keep a healthy flora, you know what I'm saying? Keep it flowing, you know what I'm saying? So the brothers can keep it going, you know what I'm saying? So,
Well, they make you go to the gym and you start getting it in, putting those shoulders and working the lower body. And then when he goes into the back, let out the frustration. Now you're going to learn the lesson. This is what you get. Because
I mean, you ever try going to the gym together? You know what I'm saying? And then, after that gym session, you know what I'm saying? You go hit the showers, you know what I'm saying? The energy is crazy, you know what I'm saying? So, you
ain't lying.
So, you want to definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like, stay in sync, you know what I'm saying, with your partner. You want to make sure that you like I said, you feeding them, getting those getting them that fatty fish in his diet, getting them his dark leafy greens, you know what I'm saying, his berries, you know what I'm saying, so that way he can make you very happy, you know what I mean, and because it's all about balance, it's all about balance, and like a lot of people don't realize, dehydration is a big factor in everything, with 70%, water, you know what I'm saying, so we want to make sure that we have the fluids, the seminal fluids, you know what I'm saying, largely comprised of waters and proteins. So, we want to make sure that we, getting these, proteins, water, and minerals. These are the things that, really going to create, healthy sperm production, you know what I'm saying, help increase testosterone levels as well as libido levels, you know what I'm saying? And libido is really just that, that energetic vibe that you get, you know what I'm saying? And it has a lot to do with your mentals, you know what I'm saying? That just, where you're just feeling vibrant and, you just really, really feeling energized. So you want to keep those levels as high as possible, but, and those are the areas in a nutshell, when it relates to, erectile dysfunction, sexual health, you know what I'm saying? Just having a healthy, sexual love life, because it's very important, you know what I'm saying? It's a very important part of the relationship. That's why I felt it was necessary just to have the discussion, because, I'm hearing a lot of discussions, online and in person about, breakups and relationships. And a lot of it is, it has to do with that, I mean, of course, we don't want to have a relationship just based on that. We want to be able to communicate. We want to be able to have conversations. We want to be able to be, nurturing and supportive to each other. So that way, again, that energy is there, you know what I'm saying? Because all of these things also help the libido levels. So that way, you can have an explosive connection.
And you better lay that pipe down. You're already He's Health is Wealth each and every week on our Access Radio.
Yes, sir.
Extremities ENT Talk Show. Greatest podcast worldwide right now, each and every Wednesday. Start off the midweek into the weekend. Well, you heard Jaime. Don't listen to Booty tell you to buy their product, their Nutrajixin or whatever on TV that it says temporary relief. So what you want to do is you want to help us every Wednesday here on Extremities ENT Talk, greatest podcast the midweek into the weekend, because he's giving you all the great stuff on what it is to live healthy and have a good sexual drive. Look toward you with a health is wealth mentality, which will bring you nothing but success. Thank you, Jaime. We're gonna go to a short quick break, and then we're gonna come back to Davon's pick of the week. You already know on the Extremities ENT Talk.
Let's go.
Hasta la verga, güey. Lupillo, Snoop Dogg, Be Real, Santa Fe. Sigue subiendo la venta, la gente nunca es lo que aparenta. La Virgen me cuida, la calle me respeta. Moviendo efectivo, disparo como escopeta. Neta, somos los dueños de la banqueta. Fumado, activado para cualquier situación. De lado a lado, muévelo, hip hop, revolución. Batealo, quémalo y pásalo. Que andas con mi clica, la que rifa, puro vándalo. Flow bandolero, moviendo dinero. Soy el pelotero, el cholo sonidero. Tequila, hierba y ron, tengo tino y también a mi bandón. Bien piratas y manchados para tumbarte el cantón. Soy callejero, el pelotero, el mero mero. Ganando lana, la marihuana me paga, pero esto es mi juego, vida de los bandoleros. Lo que tengo te chinga, es de otra liga. ¿Quieres cuántas libras para sentir las vibras? Estás volando con mis hijas todos los días. Dedo verde es a legend, comprende mi gente. I'm worldwide and you're invited along for the ride. I'm running game like a boss player. I don't give a fuck about a naysayer, say a prayer. I'm the shot caller, a baller, a street scholar. Checking dollars and popping collars, the game is ours.
Mira bolas en el parque, yo también soy pelotero. Mira la letra de arranque, yo también soy pelotero. Pero soy de la otra clase, y cada conro que pego es cada kilo que vendo. Pa' llegar a grandes ligas, pa' llegar a grandes ligas, vengan conmigo primero.
Alemán, aquí yo controlo, me piden polvo de Pola Polo, después de Manolo, crecí entre Amaco, drogas y cholo, saludo pa' Choco, bateando chuque libretas de coco, salieron las pagas, llegaron los kilos y una tras otra con loco. No pueden parar este jonrón. Este pelotero conecta una 9 bajada en el pantalón. Mi gente solo calla y respeta.
Sí, mi suerte no fue caracoles, fue ponerle huevos cuando había puros frijoles. Ahora traigo brócoli del fino pa' que enroles. Y no solo bateamos, también metemos goles.
Headed to the party, bank account gigante in an old school classic, Carlo Monte. Find me a spot where bad bitches shake their body. I like that dark mocha and caramel latte. I'm hitting home runs, big poppin', money loan, big guappin'. Started my own enterprise, headed to the top end. You in the presence of a boss and can't nobody stop me. Big knot, big bank, big yacht, big rank. Toast to success and toast to the boogie. Bad bitches, bright lights and a pound of hoodie.
Pelotero, señores, mira volaste en el parque. Yo también soy pelotero. Mira la letra de arranque. Ya les expliqué, señores, lo que es un gran pelotero. Y cada conro que pego es cada kilo que vendo. Va a llegar a grandes ligas. Vengan conmigo primero. Va a llegar a grandes ligas. Vengan conmigo primero.
Mi vida loca, un hospital oscuro. El cementerio llora. La muerte es lo único seguro. Vida loca, mi vida loca. La cárcel fría y peligrosa. Vida corta, mi vida chola. La calle es mía, bien caliente la cosa.
Salió todo bien, pero...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Having so much technical difficulties around these parts. All right, cool.
It's glitching.
For sure, for sure, for sure. Welcome back to the Extremities ENT podcast on iAccess Radio. We're going to get into this segment right here. This is going to be my picks of the week segment. But right now, I'm kind of like disoriented, I guess, as you would say. But yeah, hold on. Give me a second. Give me a quick second. All right. Yeah, see, keep going out. Keep going out. Keep going out. Keep going out.
So, Jamie, for the segment, that was a real good segment. Liked it, man. Everybody enjoyed it. Everybody enjoyed it as well. A few texts from people talking about it, man. Good job.
Dope, dope, dope. Very great segment. The first song we're going to get into is a song called Karma by Taylor Mechanics on Extremities ENT show. Shout out to Platinum Delivery on iAccess Radio. Let's go.
Took a lot of time for me, I can't get back. Can't believe I ever had you cooking in my kitchen. It's so crazy how I used to trust you. Ooh, you gonna tell me not a thing about my boo. Felt like 80 years of begging you to see it from my point of view. Trying to figure out what did I do for you to act like loving me was taboo. Ooh, I know you miss me. I hope you get to your daughter how you did me. You middle finger to your mama, claim sweet. We hurry either. Don't need you, playing baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Toxic, I let you take it back if you could. But you can't, baby. Somebody else gonna come and play in your face. Your karma's coming. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You let some people feelings that way. Your karma's coming. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I hope it hurts. You gon' learn one day, yeah. Way longer than I realized. As many tears dried for 7, 8 songs. You did wrong, dogging me. I needed you right here. Out here going rogue. Had them flashlights calling my phone. Oh, I don't know how it slipped your mind that I ain't the one. I know you miss me. I hope you're getting to see your daughter how you did me. And middle finger to your mama, cause she's sweet with her either. Don't need toxic I bet you take it back if you could. But you can't, baby. Somebody else gonna come and play in your face. Your karma's coming. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You let some people feel that way. Your karma's coming. Ooh, ooh. I hope it hurts. You can learn one day. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. That was Karma. Yes, indeed. That was Karma by Taylor McCants on Extremities ENT podcast on IXS Radio. The next song we're going to get into is a song by a gentleman by the name of JX Hines. And the song is called Body Like Scissor on Extremities ENT show on IXS Radio. Let's go.
Sister got richer, my plate got bigger. Say she wanna spend the night, asking me like what's for dinner. She working on her ass in the winter. She say she want a body like scissor. Do your sit-ups? It's the weekend, now she working that pin up. She think about tuition every
good idea to offer something.
Men lie, women lie. Tell me something I don't know. Let's take a toast, girl, I'm fucking with ya. Cause you ain't been the same since I got richer. She know I'm not a spitter, but still a splitter. Down the middle. It started in the basement like my name was Tigger or bigger. Either way, I'm getting bigger. Just signed a deal, dreams getting realer. And I'm coming for you, cause Michael Jackson said got richer, my plate got bigger. Say she wanna spend the night, asking me like what's for dinner. She working on her ass in the winter. She say she want a body like scissor. Do your sit-ups? It's the weekend, now she working that pin up. She think about tuition every time that money go up. This is not a love song, we might as well pull up. Men lie, women lie, tell me something. Bounce with me, R&B jigger. We started from the bottom, look now I'm at. They taking pictures, they can't get near us. Mirror on the wall, like tell me who the baddest of them all. Fear us, I remember they ain't wanna hear us. Now promoters pay that back in before we even show up. Let's talk the glow up, milk the glow up. Only time they really hit you when they need you, when they miss you. Got richer, my plate got bigger. Say she wanna spend the night, asking me like what's for dinner. She working on her ass in the winter. She say she want a body like scissor. Do your sit-ups? It's the weekend, now she working that pin up. She think about tuition every time that money go up. This is not a love song, we might as well pull up. Men lie, women lie, tell me something I don't know.
Yes, sir. That was JX Hines, Body Like Scissor on the Extremities ENT podcast on IXS Radio. Now, the last song we're going to get in has been a Jose Rivera Rambo selection right here. And the song is called Mark Will, Caught in Traffic on Dazel's mix on Extremities ENT show IXS Radio. Let's go.
About to be one for the ages, no novel, all facts. You can't skip no pages. Forget them higher ball rates. You know it's bad when it's store pump. And niggas selling $15 eighths. And the feds closing in, you better know it. Nigga allergic to prison, I'm claustrophobic. Under damn near any and all circumstances. No, we didn't know the penitentiary chances. Higher up you get, the more foul shitters. Everybody officer. Can I get a witness? Scammers take no identity. Use your name that you stress, popping mad Percocet to ease the pain. Devil taking us on a genocide ride. A man dies once, a coward dies 1,000 times. But what they're doing is one of your own. On some 12 and under shit, but they fully grown. And they too arrogant to apologize. No matter how many times they hear your mother's cries, knowing good and damn where you wrong. What's left to do when it's all for money and the honor gone. Hurtful as it is, nigga, you stuck with us. Misguided judgment, but still in love with us. Where that come from? I won't accept to take it, especially when y'all preach self-hatred. Look, mama, I made it without losing myself for the sake of ratings. Box me in silly rabbit, I don't need tricks. Knew before I stepped in the ring, the fight was fixed. No prize for the dead, no playing. From a place where we raise Cain, sing song, raising Canaan. On a lighter note, don't put me against nobody unless you comparing me to them goats. The second coming of none sooner, and Mark the first one. All y'all my juniors. God gave me advice. He said don't play with niggas, cause I'm about to show you when you stare with niggas. Let a bitch be a bitch. Keep your focus on me. They thinking with their third leg. They don't know loyalty. Continue doing what I tell you that. They ain't gotta feel you, cause when you the shit, they gon' smell you. Dead corpses from what this author composes. My validation guarantee. I don't need your roses. The fuck y'all thought? This OJT, the shit I speak can't be taught. Lost persons to the game, I had to charge it. If I say and I like it, I held the budget. No voice or anger, why the ranger? No terms of endearment, only terms of engagement. Ghost rider on that bike, drama ride. No self-defense law in New York is justifiable homicide. And it's sad and alarming way. We pray to make it back home and not to see that fate. The conclusion is, everybody got opinions, but no one offers solutions. Don't need shine to find me. Put you 6 feet underground with a bomb, the only way you ever undermine me. Remorse for them souls called zombies and addicts. New K make Brenny Green and never was caught in traffic. I am the unsung number 100 minus 99. When I die, my salute be 21 guns. Peace a must by any and all means. St. Lucas drugs came in a country with dead people called fiends. Double the charge past the night while I'm in coffin. The box lying, then retire a giant. Tom Coughlin. Y'all dying to shoot the breeze. Capital group, gangsta R.I.P. You know my steel, God to Mark Will, Godhead.
Yes, sir. That was Mark Will, Caught in Traffic on Extremities ENT show. Go ahead, Jose.
Bars. How many bars?
Yeah, bars.
Bars on top of bars on top of bars.
Yes, sir. That was a dope track. Shout out to Mark Will on that.
Can we get that Snoop Dogg track that you play every week?
The Stokely joint. The Stokely features Snoop Dogg Jeopardy Verbalize on Extremities ENT show on IXS Radio. Let's go.
You know, baby, I can't understand why you can't express what's on that big, beautiful brain of yours. Check it out. You know what? I need you to verbalize, my baby.
I know you got a lot of buttons. Sometimes I just don't know which ones to push. Been said ladies are like an oven. so it may take a little longer than it could. A man just wants to get to eating. See, all he needs is just a sprinkle of seasoning. And what we talking about for drinking? The right amount of fat around the meat. Let's go. What can I do to make it faster? So that I understand the pain in you. I ain't got that kind of apparatus that makes everything I'm looking at see through. Throwing clues way up my range won't make it better. All these games are just delays and upset us. Spell it out for me. So I just can't read your mind. While you're mad, use your words. See how far I'm trying to ride this game of Jeopardy tonight. Yeah, we just verbalize the strongest mind of yours. From the thousands that's out there, you need to make it clear for sure. Now this game of Jeopardy tonight. Baby, verbalize my baby. You cut me on the low low. You say you're good, but you're really boiling inside. I'm still coming through with positive vibes, but you always find a way to say you're dissatisfied. Sometimes you speak another language. Oh, your accent is still foreign to me. Forever going through the same shit. You say I should know, gives me no clarity. Let's go. What can I do to make it faster? So that I understand the pain in you. I ain't got that kind of apparatus that makes everything I'm looking at see through. Throwing clues way up my range won't make it better. All these games are just delays and obsess. Spell it out for me. Just can't read your mind. While you're mad, use your words. See how far I'm trying to why this game of Jeopardy tonight. Baby, just verbalize. I'll take a sound this mind of yours. From the places that's I've ever met. You need to make it clear for sure. Why this game of Jeopardy tonight. Baby, just verbalize. Do you remember? You see, I can recall when we used to have an issue, we would take our time. If I took a fall, you had the space, precious baby, we had a ball. So can we get involved in that again? No, you can't read it. You can't do it. You still sit out and try to play this game of Jeopardy tonight. Baby, just verbalize. For the thousands that's out there, you need to make it clear for sure. Why this game of Jeopardy tonight?
Say what's on your mind. I can't reach your mind. Say it. Talk to me. I talk back. You gonna say what you gonna say. Look, man. Talk to me. I talk back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was Stokely featuring Snoop Dogg, Verbalize, Jeopardy, Verbalize on X-Tremitiez ENT podcast on IXS Radio. That will conclude the segment, unless we want to hear some more music. Yo.
No. I need that Kiss of Life, that Sade track you got. I need that Kiss of Life. Yo, big bro, you know they.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, Al, you know, we can get into this. So yeah, we play that Andre Ward Kiss of Life, you know what I'm saying, mellow it out a little bit. So yeah, I guess we get into that. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was Andre Ward, Kiss of Life on Extremities ENT podcast on iAccess Radio. The next record we're going to get into is Nigel, Can't Stop the Love on Extremities ENT show. Let's go.
All right. I can't stop the love. Once you stop the love, can't stop now. Can't stop, I can't stop, I can't stop now. I can't stop the love, baby. Once you stop the love, can't stop now. Never stop now. I would think about you all day, baby. I don't know you, my girl, love you daily. I can never spend enough time with you. Anything you want, anytime, but get you. I'll do anything to make you smile, yeah. Even if I only get stuck with you, it's worthwhile, yeah. Nobody love you like me. You're the man to sweep you off your feet. If you're alone, I can't let you be. I would love to keep you coming from me, yeah. I can't stop you.
the love, can't stop now. Can't stop, I can't stop, I can't stop now. You know I can't stop the love, baby. I just stop the love, can't stop now. I can see the look in your eye. Won't you tell me how you feel inside? Know the love is real and it's alive. Ain't I? Alright, you gon' be the love of my life. Ain't no reason to be shy. To hide our feelings, but I know that you're mine. Let me up by my side. Nobody love me like you. You don't inspire me the way you do. You know I can't let you lose. You're the only one to see my view. Stop the love, can't stop now. Can't stop, I can't stop, I can't stop now. Can't stop the love, stop the love, can't stop now. Never stop now. I love you, you're my best friend. It never ends, it only begins. See, I love you. You're my star, deep in my heart. You can't let me fall. I can't stop the love for you. I just stop the love, can't stop now. Can't stop, I can't stop, I can't stop now. I can't stop the love. I just stop the love, can't stop now. Never stop now.
That was funky. Always, Nigel.
Yes, it was. Yes, sir.
Can't stop the love. That's a funky track. You know, shout out to Nigel on that one. The next record we want to get into is my boy Kevin Ross, Sweet Release. I love this record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's get into that record right there on the Extremities ENT podcast. Access
Just sit back and let it play, yeah. You know, drive is underway, Curbside fine, yeah. Read between the lines, yeah. That is for your thoughts, babe. No use for your mind, yeah. That's what you like, baby. Bounce and recline. Girl, you got the light, I'm just dancing tonight. And this feeling like we on the front. Gotta turn the day into a lucky night. You know I love it when we kissing right. It's automatic like a 45. With the dash on caution, no anything goes. The stress won't hurt. I sweet the road, don't you worry about it. On your pretty little head, let it go, girl. Think I'ma get you a little. Give me a shot. Open up, I'll never miss. Can I get? Give me the time, put you in first. Soon as you come, I change the way that you feel. Make it sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, bring it in. Same, booty applicants for the win. Cosign to your main event. Everything, I'm better than. I'm a sugar queen, just a 10. I go crazy for you, I give me a 10. I know you ain't gonna see it profile, but we stuck it in it like a burger. Whenever you need, you know I'm on call. You better believe it with the dash on caution. Anything goes, the stress won't hold now. Once we hit the road, don't you worry about it. Breathe it on, let it go, go. I'ma get you a little sweet. Give me a shot. When a better never miss. Can I get? Put you in the sweet. So magical. She's the way that you feel, make it sweet, sweet, sweet. Hey.
Yeah, that was Kevin Ross' Sweet Release on Extremities ENT Show on iAccess Radio. Next record, Austin Gray Project, Sunshine Kisses. Let's go.
Sunshine kisses. Can't believe I'm standing here like the first time we met. Such a chemistry, you and me. Oh, forever. I love the way you touch me. And you know I love you to the end of time. Mesmerized by your kisses, sweet kisses. Sunshine kisses, touches my face. Sunshine kisses. Tonight's gonna be amazing. Sunshine kisses. Sunshine kisses, moonlight wishes, but it's gonna be sunshine kisses, moonlight wishes, sunshine kisses. You know what I love, baby, and you know it makes me smile. Yes, you do. Hold me tight, hold me close. Baby, I'm about to lose control. Feeling like you do, I can't contain myself. Once again, let's stop pretending and do what loves do. Give me so many sunshine, touches my face. Sunshine kisses. Tonight's gonna be amazing. Sunshine kisses. Sunshine kisses, moonlight wishes, it's gonna be sunshine kisses, moonlight wishes, sunshine kisses. Ooh, hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, sunshine kisses. Tonight's gonna be amazing. Sunshine kisses. Sunshine kisses, sunshine kisses, moonlight wishes, sunshine kisses, moonlight wishes, sunshine kisses.
How did we get to no connection? Can we survive without affection? It should come as no surprise when you always close your eyes. You just live inside yourself. But I won't look away. I couldn't live it myself if I did, and I'm not afraid. I won't look away. Not tomorrow, not today. When do we turn to isolation? How can we stand with no foundation? It always falls apart when the place inside your heart doesn't have the room enough to give. But I won't look away. I couldn't live with myself if I did, and I'm not afraid. No, I won't look away. Not tomorrow, not today. And if I refuse to see what is right inside of me, then I need to question my humanity. How do you turn away from blindness? Follow the road that leads to kindness. When your conscience is your guide, you can see the other side, and that's a better way to live. You can face not afraid. You away. Not tomorrow, not tomorrow. And I didn't have myself if I did, and I'm not afraid. No, I'm not afraid. Not tomorrow. No, I won't, you won't, we won't look away. Yeah. When I'm afraid, I won't look away. Not tomorrow, not today. No, I won't look away. Yeah, I'm not afraid. And I won't look away. Not tomorrow, not today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was Kathy Cousins. Won't Look Away on the Extremities ENT show on iAccess Radio. Before that, that was Austin Gray Project, Sunshine Kisses. And that will conclude the segment for this evening. Let's go.
You already know my brothers, Davon Franklin, Jamie Sanders did their thing. As you see the initials, DJ, they microwaved it and then peeled it and then turntable the whole scene. I'm just here doing my thing, vibing with my family. Shout out to Big Al. Shout out to Gatekeeper. Shout out to Wiz Wiz. Shout out to Jamie. Shout out to DAVON. You guys are always making my midweek feeling best, because this is the part of the week where stress comes on the most for me, dealing with the type of work that we do. But guess what? The universe does not give us anything we cannot handle. So what we do is we take all that negative energy, we put it out to the universe, and know that we receive nothing but positive energy back, because that's all we put out. I love you guys. I'm always honored and privileged to be here each and every day of this world with you. But on a weekly basis, we get the opportunity to promote something beautiful. On behalf of X-Tremitiez ENT, Jaime, DAVON, Big Al, I'd like to say thank you, and we are grateful to you on a weekly basis. And if I learned something more today than I did yesterday, it wasn't a day wasted of life. And yes, Jaime, it is good juice that I'm drinking.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to you, Jose. Shout out to you, Jose, Big Al, everybody that performed at the event Friday night. It was great. It was definitely dope. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have footage for you, you know what I'm saying, in the upcoming episodes. So, you know, stay tuned to that. Live love life, take care of each other. Peace.
Jaime?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? You already know Big Al holding it down in the background. You know what I'm saying? You know, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, nothing can happen without the brother. You know what I'm saying? Definitely always appreciative of my big brother Jose, brother DAVON on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bring light into my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm always inspired, you know what I'm saying, to lockstep with you, you know, share some energy, you know what I'm saying, get that momentum, you know what I'm saying, and just really elevate, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just looking forward to great things in the future. You know, it's like magic when we come together, you know what I'm saying? And I see nothing and I feel nothing but greatness in front of us, you know what I'm saying? Looking forward to, you know, stepping forward, you know what I'm saying? Big steps, baby steps, as long as we're moving forward and we're moving together, brothers, you know what I'm saying? And it's all love, you know what I'm saying? You guys inspire me, and I just want to express my gratitude for all three of you, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, for making this magic happen, you know what I'm saying? Love, appreciation, respect, gratitude.
And also, before we go, shout out to Gatekeeper and Wiz and all the shows on iAccess Radio and everybody that tuned in this evening. Appreciate you all. Love you.
Yes, definitely got to appreciate all our listeners out there and our supporters. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. We wouldn't be who we are without you. You know what I'm saying? You keep that momentum and that energy going. We appreciate you.
And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that are doing big things. And, you know, all the ladies that are privileged to be mothers, and people who take in kids and become their mothers, you know, because a mother's job is only one, but it's one to be one, because once you accomplish that job, you are phenomenal. So shout out to all the women out there that are mothers. We appreciate you of ENT and iAccess Radio. Thank you, my brothers. I'll see you next week. I love you. Stay safe, and Ashe.
Yeah. Next week. Peace.